So the things that are hard for, I'll name two main points, but I would say 2 to 3 p.m. slump is big for me, where I definitely feel like all my energy just got taken away. And so that's a really important moment for me to actually take that break, take that 15-minute break and just make some lemon water. So pour up a glass of warm water, get resituated, do my little energizing habits, and then get back into work. And I find that when I force myself to take that break, I'm so much more productive for the rest of the day. Where if I force myself through it, like I'm just going to keep responding to emails, feeling drained, then it kind of is just like this lag, this linger. I'm going in slow mo for the rest of the day. So that's my biggest point is that 2 to 3 p.m. slump. And then another point for me is if I don't have back to back to back, I have a little bit of a gap, even post meeting, I kind of am like, oh, what should I do? And so one of my energizing habits is simply just taking out a piece of paper and saying like, what is the one thing I can do right now to tie a knot on that meeting and move my momentum forward for the next one. So those are the two biggest points for me. And I definitely look out for them and implement these energizing habits as often as I can.
I think those are two fantastic ones that everyone can really relate to. I also have that 2 to 3 p.m. slump where it sort of feels like I've been running for the whole morning and I kind of think, whew, I need a moment to breathe. I need to take a break from the screen, do something else for 15 minutes, and then I can come back and I'll be more energized and more capable. Now, I want to ask you a bit more about how these 6 weakest points have changed or been impacted by COVID-19. So there's been a huge shift into people working from home. And I know personally, I found, and lots of other people are in the same boat as me, is it's difficult to be productive in an environment that doesn't feel strictly like work. So how have you find these have changed? And do you change the energizing habits based on it, or do they apply universally? Can they be done anywhere?
Yeah, so that's a really great question. I've actually never heard it asked before, but it definitely makes a huge impact in these 6 weakest points. So, something with COVID, and I'm sure most people can relate to this, is since you're out of the office, it actually really blurs the line between your mornings, your evenings, when you wrap up, even your lunchtime, because it's kind of just like one full day. And so something I've heard from leaders is like, we want people to come back to the office because we want to give them stronger boundaries on their days. Like we don't want them to just email all night long. So energizing habits definitely help specifically in the start of the day and then giving employees a chance to wrap up at the end of the day. And so I give specific energizing habits around those 2 points. And I would say these are universal points. Of course, for some employees, they feel it more in specific points than others. Like it might be wrapping up the day the absolute hardest point, but you also feel the 2 to 3, and sometimes lunch isn't that great for you. But mornings, you're good. You're good to go. So it will differ per employee, but most employees can benefit from energizing habits throughout, if not all. And yeah, they evolve. So I give many examples of energizing habits for each point of the day, but I also give employees the space and time to really personalize them. So people are walking out with things that work for them, no matter their work environment or who they are.